All human beings, male or female, possess some degree of breast tissue. Male breast tissue seldom develops in size, if at all, for many men. However, for other people, it grows because of hormonal shifts, certain drugs, or a pre-existing health problem. Be sure to watch the video in its entirety if you want to know how you can get rid of the pesky man boobs. Gynecomastia is the word used by doctors to describe the disorder. There are some individuals who use the word man boobs, which may come off as an awkward or annoying term to you. Because of this, they could have feelings of embarrassment if they consult a doctor regarding their increased breast tissue. On the other hand, it is necessary to keep in mind that a typical problem is increased breast tissue. According to certain studies, gynecomastia affects as many as 65% of males. There are a few different therapy methods available for this illness. However, the primary focus of treatment is to identify and address the underlying cause of the problem. There is no one factor that leads to the development of gynecomastia. Let's explore more about the reasons of male breast growth, as well as various workouts, dietary modifications, and therapies that might lessen the appearance of male breasts. Causes. The male hormone testosterone often stops breast tissue from growing when it's present in the body of a man. On the other hand, some men experience enlargement of the breasts as a result of changes or oscillations in their hormone levels. Whenever this takes place, medical professionals refer to it as gynecomastia. Gynecomastia seems to be more prevalent in specific age groups, particularly during times of hormonal transition. Treatment. Different treatment methods may be available depending on the underlying medical condition that is producing the larger breasts in males. If the issue is one of excess weight, a doctor may suggest that the patient make adjustments to their eating habits and their exercise routines. If the symptoms are caused by drugs, a physician may be able to recommend other treatments. On the other hand, there are situations when the advantages of an existing medicine exceed the disadvantages. Treating the underlying cause of breast tissue enlargement might be helpful if it is determined that a medical condition is to blame for the condition. Surgery to remove extra breast tissue, such as liposuction or surgical excision, may be an option for a person to explore if other treatments are unsuccessful in alleviating their symptoms. The authors of a study that was conducted in 2021 found evidence that males who were overweight or obese had a higher incidence of gynecomastia. This finding suggests that there may be a connection between the amount of fatty tissue present in the chest and the likelihood of developing this condition. If what you've heard is true, then changing your diet and doing more exercise might help you manage gynecomastia. Exercises. Research indicates that resistance training and dietary changes might help decrease body fat while maintaining muscle mass. Confronting the issue of male breast enlargement caused by excess fat storage head-on by working on chest muscle development may be beneficial. Cardiovascular exercise has been shown to be helpful in reducing total body mass, whereas resistance training has been shown to be helpful in reducing body fat and increasing muscle mass. When combined, these different kinds of exercise may assist a person in shedding excess weight and building strength in their chest, as well as other parts of their body. In addition, strengthening the muscles may increase the body's total energy metabolism, which may also assist in the loss of unwelcome weight. The Department of Health and Human Services recommends that an adult do either 75 to 150 minutes of high-intensity exercise or 150 to 300 minutes of moderate-intensity exercise on a weekly basis. In order to gain muscle, the activity you are doing should be difficult enough that your body responds by trying to become stronger. Targeted chest exercises may help a person acquire greater muscular tone in the chest, which may help decrease the appearance of breast tissue. Even though a person may not lose weight in a particular area of the body, this may help reduce the appearance of breast tissue. A person who is a member of a gym has access to a number of equipment that are designed to strengthen the chest muscles. A trainer, on the other hand, may provide advice on how to use each piece of equipment to get the most out of it while minimizing the danger of harm. It is in a person's best interest to check in with their primary care physician before beginning a new fitness regimen. This will allow the physician to assess what kind of activity is both risk-free and suited to the person's specific requirements and capabilities. Tips to get in shape and lose man boobs. Get a medical checkup. You can never go wrong with a checkup with your doctor, and it is always a good idea to do so before starting any new diet or exercise routine. We've said this before, and we'll say it again. You can never go wrong with a checkup with your doctor. Share your worries and ambitions with them, and ask for their stamp of approval before moving forward with your strategy. Even the best workout can't make up for a poor diet. It is well known that eating fewer calories than the body needs and maintaining a caloric deficit are two of the most important factors in successful weight reduction, and, as a result, elimination of chest fat and gynecomastia. The first thing you should do to start losing weight is to choose your target weight and begin keeping a food journal of what you eat each day. The vast majority of people have no idea how much food they really consume, and keeping track of what you eat may be an eye-opening experience. Focus on cardio for weight loss. Because excess breast fat is the root cause of both MOOBs and gynecomastia, cardiovascular exercise is an important component in the treatment process. The following are examples of cardiac activities: running, walking, swimming or biking, jumping rope. Strengthen your body with bodyweight training. Bodyweight training is ideal for those who suffer from man boobs or gynecomastia, since many of the exercises target numerous muscle groups at once, which leads to an increase in the number of calories expended. Therefore, if you want to get rid of man boobs, you shouldn't only concentrate on chest workouts by themselves. Yes, push-ups are a great example of a chest workout that can be done using just your body weight. However, you should be aware that push-ups also train your shoulders, back, and core muscles, and they also demand activation of the glutes and legs. Do strength training with weights. Instead of focusing just on cardiovascular exercise in an effort to reduce body fat, you should prioritize increasing your muscle mass instead. In addition to this, muscle is a particularly energy-demanding tissue, which means that the more muscle you have, the more calories you will burn, even when you're not doing anything. Some excellent examples of exercises that help develop strength in the chest are the chest press, cable chest flies, machine dips, and dumbbell flies. Dietary changes. The most beneficial alterations to one's diet are those that are not drastic and may be maintained over time. People who go through a significant change in their diet all at once frequently find it difficult to sustain the change, which may lead to gaining back weight that was lost. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, or CDC, suggest a weight loss pace of between 1 and 2 pounds per week for optimal health benefits. It also mentions that losing weight gradually is more maintainable and may lead to gains in one's health as a whole. Keeping a food diary before making any modifications to one's diet may be a very beneficial tool. A person may get insight into what they can remove out of their diet and what nutrients they are missing by keeping a food diary. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention also provide some suggestions for lowering calorie consumption. In summary, every guy has a little amount of breast tissue. On the other hand, male breasts may become much bigger than typical if a man has certain medical problems, takes certain drugs, or goes through certain hormonal transitions. In some instances, the breast tissue may give the appearance of having enlarged because of excess weight in the surrounding region. Some people put on weight in their chest region initially when they begin to gain weight, while others put on weight elsewhere in their body first. Alterations to a person's diet, increased physical activity, or the use of other therapies may not be enough to minimize the look of enlarged male breasts. In this case, a person may want to think about having surgery. Let us know in the comments whether any of these tips helped you out.